Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our growing family of collectors, historians, and those who still believe that the smallest things can hold the greatest stories. Because today, my friend, what I'm about to show you might just change the way you look at the loose change in your pocket forever. Now, imagine this. You're sitting at your old wooden desk, maybe with a cup of tea or coffee beside you. The sunlight hits the table just right, and there it is, a small, copper-colored coin, almost forgotten. You pick it up, brush away the dust, and see the words, South Africa, 2004. Just 5 cents. Nothing remarkable at first glance. But sometimes, the smallest things hide the most extraordinary secrets. Let's go back in time, to the heart of 2004. South Africa was a country in transformation, building itself anew after years of struggle. The minting of the 5-cent coin that year was simple, meant for everyday life. For the man buying a loaf of bread, for the child saving up to buy a sweet, for the woman counting coins in her kitchen jar. Yet, among the millions that rolled off those minting presses, there was one, or perhaps just a few, that would go on to become the stuff of legends. This tiny piece of metal, made mostly of copper-plated steel, carries a design so familiar yet so easy to overlook. On one side, you'll see the proud South African coat of arms, the mark of a nation's identity, unity, and hope. Flip it over, and there's the unmistakable image of a blue crane, South Africa's national bird. Elegant, dignified, almost regal in its simplicity. For many, it was just another coin. But for a few collectors and historians, this coin became a whisper from the past, a connection to history, craftsmanship, and destiny itself. Now, you might be wondering, what could possibly make a simple 2004 5-cent coin so special? It's not gold. It's not silver. It's not even rare, at least not at first glance. But in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, rarity isn't always about how few were made. Sometimes, it's about how perfectly one was made. Sometimes, it's about an error, a twist of fate, a moment at the mint when something went ever so slightly different. And that difference changed everything. There's a story, whispered among coin experts and collectors, of a handful of 2004 South African 5-cent coins that were struck using the wrong die, or pressed with a misalignment that gave the blue crane an almost ghost-like double outline. To the untrained eye, it looked like nothing more than a flaw. But to those who know, it was a miracle. A minting error so rare that it instantly transformed a coin worth just 5 cents into a priceless piece of history. And that's not all. Over the years, as time and circulation wore away most of these little coins, the few that remained in pristine, untouched condition became the holy grail of South African coinage. Collectors began hunting for them, scouring old wallets, coin jars, and forgotten drawers. Some traveled across continents, visiting auctions, flea markets, and estate sales in search of the elusive 2004 5-cent piece that carried the faint whisper of a minting mystery. Now, think about this. Every coin ever made carries not just metal, but memory. That 5 cents could have passed through the hands of a farmer buying seeds, a teacher paying for chalk, a child saving for his first toy. It's not just currency. It's a witness to life, to stories, to generations that built the world we know today. And that's why collectors, especially men who grew up in a world where hard work and small savings meant everything, feel a deep connection to coins like this. It's not about greed. It's about legacy. It's about holding time itself in the palm of your hand. Imagine finding one in your old wallet, tucked away since the early 2000s. The edges still sharp, the copper sheen still warm against your skin. You'd look at it and feel that familiar rush, the same excitement you felt when you found your first rare item as a boy. The heart quickens, the hands tremble slightly, the mind races with possibility. Could it be? Could this tiny piece of metal be one of those coins? For some, it was. And their stories are now legend. At a private collector's auction not long ago, a verified 2004 South Africa 5-cent coin with that unmistakable double-strike blue crane and perfect preservation condition shocked the entire numismatic world. Bidding started modestly, as it often does. But within minutes, hands raised, voices quickened, and the number climbed higher and higher. The auction hall buzzed with disbelief. Every eye was fixed on the screen as the final bid came through, and when the gavel struck, silence filled the room. The coin, a simple 5-cent piece from 2004, sold for $15 million. Yes, $15 million. From a coin worth less than a single American penny to a treasure worth more than most men could earn in several lifetimes. That is the magic of history. That is the power of patience, of curiosity, of noticing the details others overlook. It's not just about money, it's about meaning, about remembering that value isn't always written on the surface. Sometimes you have to look closer, think deeper, and believe that the ordinary can become extraordinary. So tonight, maybe after this video, take a moment. Go through your drawers, your old boxes, that coffee tin full of change you haven't touched in years. You never know what history you might be holding, because somewhere, maybe even in your home, could lie a piece of South African history worth a fortune. A coin that tells a story of a nation, of craftsmanship, and of fate itself. And before you go, if stories like this stir something inside you, that curiosity, that spark, then don't forget to subscribe. Because this is just the beginning. There are thousands of forgotten coins out there, waiting for their story to be told. Waiting for someone like you, someone who still remembers what real value means, to find them. So remember, the next time you pick up a small coin, don't just see the number on it. See the journey it's been on, the hands it's passed through, and the stories it holds. Because sometimes, my friend, 5 cents can be worth $15 million. Yet for a few, that same coin holds a mystery, a potential so vast that people are drawn to it like a moth to light. What transforms a commonplace coin into a treasure? It's in its imperfections, but also in the story. How many were made? How many survived? What tiny flaw or variation sets it apart? Every mint mark, every die line, every subtle variation in stamping can shift its value from cents to thousands in the eyes of collectors. The 2007 5-cent coin is plentiful in sheer numbers, but what makes certain ones extraordinarily rare? The answer lies in anomalies, misaligned dies, double strikes, off-center stamping, unusual thickness, possibly even planchet flaws. Some coins carry microscopic distinctions no collector would notice at first glance, but those differences can make or break a priceless find. Imagine a coin where the leaf of the flower is slightly raised, where a letter in the motto curves differently, or where the border rim is thinner on one side. Such deviations might echo from the minting machine thousands of miles away, but they echo into the wallets of those who understand their worth. Collectors scour through coin rolls, search through pocket change, inspect coins under magnifying lenses, study photographs online, and trade information across continents. They compare weight, measure diameter, glance under magnification for those telltale lines that betray a variant. A single minting error could mean that one coin in 10,000 or fewer shares that trait. The rarity multiplier kicks in. Then condition matters. Is it uncirculated? Are surfaces sharp? Is metal still lustrous or dulled by wear? All these influence what someone is willing to pay. A coin that is both rare and in pristine condition can command extraordinary sums when it emerges. Imagine someone discovering one of these gems tucked inside a roll of 55-cent coins. To the untrained eye, it's just another coin. To an expert, it's possibly one of the few surviving coins with a specific error. Think of the excitement of spotting that its rim is slightly off or that its letters are misaligned. Suddenly, the story becomes personal, the find exhilarating. Not just gaining value, but unlocking history. These small discrepancies might seem trivial to many, but to numismatists, coin collectors, these are the threads that weave together heritage, craftsmanship, minting practices, and human error. Coins are human artifacts. They reflect the work of machinery and craftsmanship, of design and oversight. Every misprint or variation tells of a machine slightly out of tune, a worker adjusting pressure, or a planchet slightly off in thickness or metal composition. Such coins are shown in collections, displayed under glass, published in journals, won in auctions. They become conversation pieces. They provoke curiosity and admiration. People who see them imagine owning something rare, something that others pass by without a second thought. And that sense of scarcity, how few exist in that special form, feeds the mystique. Over time, demand builds. Collectors share photographs, publish certificates of authenticity. Mathematicians of rarity calculate survival rates. A coin in excellent condition with a rare trait might pass from hand to hand, through dealers, collectors, auction houses, all adding to its provenance. Provenance, condition, rarity combined create value. Then comes a moment that seems unbelievable. A coin that once looked like any other 2007 50-cent piece misprint, maybe and maybe not, appears among listings. Experts authenticate it. They verify its weight, measure its features, analyze photographs under magnification. They confirm the oddities. They determine its story. And they set one final number.